Let's keep these free agent targets rolling, man. And I'm gonna stay on the defensive side of the ball, man, because actually I think that needs the most depth, the most revamping. Because if you think about it, man, the Atlanta Falcons lose a lot on the defense, and a lot of us don't think about that because we're looking forward to the draft and we think new players gonna come in and just make this team instantly better, and that's not the case most of the times. But before I get into my latest NFL free agent target, y'all go ahead, press that subscribe button, press that notification bell to get my videos as soon as I drop them. Press that like button, man, to help me get my recommendations up to get my video through the YouTube universe. Right quick, very quick, man. This guy um, was heavily praised by one of my good friends, Chuck Smith, former Atlanta Falcons legend. And his name, we had an interview a couple of years ago, and this was the first name that came out of his mouth. Watch out for this guy from Ohio State named Baron Browning. This guy could be one of the next good pass rushers in this league. And now he's been in the league since 2021. Started out with Denver, got traded to the Cardinals at the trade deadline, mainly because cap casualties. They couldn't pay him. So, Atlanta Falcons, this may be your blessing in disguise because this guy, in his first 4+ seasons, he has 11 and a half sacks, 128 tackles, and this is as a rotational piece. And this is an intriguing story because he reminds me of another former Denver Bronco that once he got from Denver, went to Tampa Bay, he was a better version of himself. He played behind Von Miller in Denver, and I'm talking about Shaq Barrett and Baron Brown could have that same type impact once he gets to start and get his feet up under him, and he already really has his feet up under him. He just needs the chance to shine. 11 and a half sacks in his second and third season, 2022 and 2023. He had most of those sacks with 9.5 in those 2 seasons combined. So, like I said, once he gets a starting spot, and in both of those seasons, he started at least 8 games. So once he gets that starting spot on another roster, I think Baron Browning could be one of those steals that I think honestly the Falcons could use because as I've been telling y'all, they're losing a lot. Lorenzo Carter, James Smith Williams, um, Taquan Graham. I mean, most of the edge rushers just they almost out of here, man. So you bring in a Baron Brown who had, like I say, 11 and a half sacks. And honestly, what Sportsrec has is market value at 5.4. That's an absolute steal for a guy that can come in and start right away if you need him to. So that means you would sign him probably to a 3 year, $15 to $17 million deal. Um, and you have a great rotational piece. And Jeff Ulbrich, bringing in Jeff Ulbrich, I think the way he works with linebackers, I think this would be an exceptional move only because of that. Because the linebacker room for the Atlanta Falcons was probably one of their biggest weaknesses last year on the defense. Because really they didn't have no one to patrol the middle. They didn't have a linebacker that could really drop back into coverage. And honestly, Caden Ellis, he actually was one of those guys that as the season went on, he got better. He had a career year, but at the same time, he's really more of a pass rusher, not a coverage type guy. Even though he can cover just a little bit, but they need a linebacker that can cover, and I think that helps them tremendously. But when you talk about pass rushers, you talk about Baron Brown, you talk about Arnold Ebiketie, you get Braden Trice back. And one guy that I think they should also bring back is Damone Harris. He didn't put up gaudy numbers, but when he was on the field, you just saw a difference. Khalid Kareem, another one of those guys, practice squad guys that came off the bench. But with them being over the cap by $11 million, I think they need to find all the bargain buys that they can find. And Baron Browning could be just one of those finds that could end up paying off and being a big reward for this team going forward, especially if you can sign him to a 2 or 3 year deal at decent money. Now, let's see what Terry Fontenot is going to do this offseason because we've been talking about wanting to have his job. Job is not easy, man. He's filled the roster with what he's had. You got to remember coming out of dead cap space and they're right back in it again, mainly because of this Kirk Cousins contract. So with these limited funds, you got to find guys like Barrett Browning to come in and be a rotational piece and to help this defense. And honestly, I think with Raheem Morris, Jeff Ulbrich, Jerry Gray, a collective of these guys, I think he can come in, make an instant impact, and possibly get this team 8 to 10 sacks if need be. But that's just my thought. Y'all tell me what y'all think, man. Drop those comments. Let's debate. Let's have fun as always, man. Y'all know how we do it on the Sports Machine. It's your boy Antoine Smitty Smith. I will holler at y'all later, man. Peace.